Hey, this is Taylor here at Truck World RVA. Today we're going to take some time and look at this 2023 Mack MD6. It's just under CDL at 25,998 GVWR. Spring ride rear with an air ride cab, powered by a Cummins 6.7 ISB, mated to an Allison automatic transmission. Little over 93,000 miles, right around 5,500 total engine hours on the truck. Has an 11-foot Knapheide service body, a stellar 12/630 crane, 12,000 pound maximum lifting capacity, 30-foot 2-stage hydraulic extension. The cranes run off a factory wireless remote. The remote can control the compressor, as well as turn the truck on and off. Hydraulic outriggers, master slide locks, strobes in the rear tail lights, rear work lights, interior work lights, Boss BA440 hydraulic compressor. Does have some drawers in it as well. So pretty well equipped all the way around, decent miles and hours. Again, it's a 2023 model. Now the goal of these videos is to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So we're going to spend the first half of the video going around the exterior. I'll point out any cosmetic imperfections the truck has. We'll look inside all the bins as well as underneath the truck. If at any point you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487 anytime. I try to be as thorough and transparent as possible. I want to show you everything about the truck as if you were here looking at it in person. So let me know if you need any additional information. This is a rust-free truck. It was a one-owner, fleet-owned truck and came to us from down south. No rust in the bin floor or in any of the bed floors or in the cab or the frame of the truck. The body and the truck have always been together. The crane, compressor, bed, and truck are all dated the same year. Not a whole lot of wear to point out on the cab. Driver's side is clean and free of any chips or scratches that I can see. Again, the cab is an air ride cab. It actually rides pretty nicely down the road. You have your air ride seat here, a little bit of staining on the seat, no rips or tears, but you do have a little staining there. Fighting a little bit of a cold here, so excuse me if my voice sounds hoarse. That's your bed control panel. That controls all the bed lighting. We'll look at that later on once we get the body turned on. And that's your rear view camera there. Does not have a mount, it's just kind of hanging loose here, but it is operational and does show the rear. Factory exhaust brake, diff lock, PTO control, and then your factory wireless remote in its recharging cradle there. Power locks and power windows. We did not install these steer tires. They were on the truck when we got it. However, they are pretty close to new, so tons of tread life remaining on the steers. Again, no rust up underneath. This truck has been fully serviced. All the equipment works as it should. If you'd like a list of anything we just did to the truck prior to offering it for sale, let me know and I can send you over parts and labor receipts. A couple small rock chips along the front, kind of scattered around the headlight here. A couple more over here that you can see, just very small minor rock chips. Grill surround and rest of the hood is clean. I'm gonna be fighting that sun glare this whole video. Makes it kind of tough to get a real good shot. You see some more rock chips here along the front of the hood, as well as some more in front of this driver or passenger headlight. No damage to the front bumper. Coming around to the passenger side here, passenger door, that is clean as well. We'll look up top here. Small dent on that cab corner there where that pulley block might have hit it a time or two. And then one small little scratch here on the door, probably where the old decals were removed. Now again, the bed has its factory paint intact, shows very well overall. Factory bed liner inside the bed, on the bed tops, and on the bin fronts. That's all intact as well. Just a little bit of staining on the bed liner, but no areas of chipping or peeling, at least on the bin fronts. Now this driver first compartment, or I'm sorry, passenger first compartment is your torch compartment here. So you have space for torch bottles, you have racks and straps along the front hand side, as well as hangers up here. And then on the left hand side, you have a bunch of dividers laying in the floor to use in these shelves. 3 sets of shelves on the left hand side. You can move these up and down, redesign kind of how you want them configured, or add more shelves in. Now one thing as well to note, it looks like at some point somebody's probably set that crane down and broken the factory rest. So there is a spot that's been re-welded there. We'll look at it on this side as well. And that rest has been plated and added onto. You can see where that rest has been welded on this side too. 3 more sets of shelves in this compartment. Now all the doors close, latch, lock, and seal as they should. We have the bin keys for this truck. All the latches have been tested and they're all keyed the same. So the same key will lock all of these service body latches. Brand new drive tires on the rear. We did just install these. These are Falcon drive tires. Look up inside the wheel well. No rust inside of there. One shelf over the passenger wheel well. Coming back to the crane compartment here. In terms of scratches or chips, I really didn't see any on this side of the bed. The only thing I noticed was that welding repair on the boom rest. Here's a shot of the load chart. It's a 12,630, so 12,000 pound maximum lifting capacity, 2-stage extension out to 30 feet. This is your body control panel here. You can control your lights, your compressor, and send power to the crane off that panel. Again, you can also control the lights off the panel inside the truck. Outrigger controls, Reelcraft hose reel, air regulator and dryer, main power panel for the bed. That's your master disconnect. There's also a master disconnect on the truck battery as well. You have your master slide locks for the bed. You can push this in and lock the entire bedside all the way down at once by putting a padlock through that. Strobes are in these tail lights. You have your rear work lights as well. Hydraulic outriggers, nice large workbench rear bumper. We do have a little bit of damage on this bumper door here, just some area of paint failure. Nice and dry inside the bumper. Again, no rust there. And the bed liner is pretty well intact on this bumper. There are some areas of chipping and peeling, but overall it's in pretty good shape. Mainly like the corners, like right here. And then some of the edges or the lip. It's where you have some peeling. There's your rear view camera. Tow hitch, 2 steps in the bumper, air drain valve for your compressor and your air tank. I do have a job box inside the bed, as well as some E-track down this side to secure any loads you have in there. Go ahead and close the crane compartment over here. A little bit of damage on this rear tailgate. You can just see it's all chipped up in a bunch of different spots. Up top you have a factory welder mount. So that bracket up there will fit any standard size welder. You can mount it on that bracket without having to drill in to the top of the box. Driver rear compartment, you have 2 more sets of shelves inside here. Over the driver wheel well compartment, we have a set of bolt drawers, incomplete set. I do have a bunch more drawers that are on order. They just haven't come in yet. They're fairly cheap to replace. But regardless, okay set of bolt drawers. They're not metal, they're just plastic, but they seem to hold up fine. I've been seeing a lot of these lately. One shelf up over top of here. And again, a bunch more dividers there as well for the shelves. Boss BA440 compressor. That's showing 0 hours. I can pull the compressor hours off the panel inside the cab as well to see if I'm getting a different reading. Those are just grease marks down here. There is one little scratch right here, but those are just handprints down there. Now inside the driver 1 and driver 2, you have a big double door compartment here. This side is open, so again, we can easily add shelving in here if you'd like. You have these tabs you just pull out and place the shelves over top of there, so that's pretty easy. On the left-hand side, you have a set of CTech drawers with a shelf up over top of them. So decent set of drawers. The truck does just have one set of drawers. Additionally, those bolt bins that we just looked at. But again, anything like that that you want added, we can always quote extra drawer sets or anything like that. But once again, it's a 2023 Mack MD6 Cummins powered, made into an Allison automatic. 93,000 some miles, around 5,500 engine hours. I'm gonna hop in the truck and take it for a spin, and then we'll run all the equipment on it. 93,084 total miles. Give me a second, I'll flip around over here to look at the engine hours as well. $55.11 total engine hours. You have your reverse cam here. Again, that just kind of hangs loose the way it sits there. Put the passenger window up as well. So once again, it's a spring ride rear but air ride cab. Cab rides pretty nicely. It's not too bouncy. Track's a little straighter down the road than a air ride typically does. Test out the turning radius here. Pretty tight turning radius. Can make that turn without going off the pavement. Brakes feel good, has plenty of power, shifts through the gears nicely. Only thing I noticed while driving it is it does feel like the alignment's a little bit off, so that's something we'll take a look at here as soon as I finish the video. Total hours on the crane are 83. Total hours on the compressor showing here are 28. Again, the meter on the compressor itself shows 0, so not sure if that compressor was replaced or if that meter on the compressor itself just doesn't work, but it's between 28 and 0. So still low hours either way. Strobes mounted in the front grille. You have one side-mounted work light on the passenger front compartment. Again, all the compartments also have interior LED strip lighting. It looks like the passenger 1 compartment does not have interior lighting, so I take that back. But you have interior LED lighting in passenger 2 compartment, in the wheel well compartment here. None in the crane compartment. You have your rear strobes and the tail lights, 2 rear work lights on the back. more strip lighting along this side as well. Kind of hard to see in the bright sunlight here. And then one more side mount work light by the compressor there. Now you just flip the PTO switch inside the cab, come back and make sure this panel's on. This controls all your lighting. When we go to run the crane, we'll have to turn the receiver power on as well. You can also turn the compressor on and off from this panel, or like I said, you can use the remote for the compressor operation. Quick operation on the outriggers. Take a look at those real quick before we run the crane. Again, the crane is run off a factory wireless remote. The remote's fully proportional, so you control the speed off the trigger that's on the back of the remote. I'm going to let this pulley block off the hook, and then we'll rotate it around and extend this boom all the way out to its full reach. Test the tube block here, so when the pulley block hits that bracket on the crane boom, it should lock me out, which it does. The tube block is functional and working as it should. That's out to its full reach of 30 feet. Bring the crane down and take a look at the inner boom here. Inner boom is nice and clean down both sides, seated nicely. Lots of wear and thickness left on the wear pads, both on the first and the final extension. You have an option switch here on the remote. It's the top right toggle. That'll function, turn your lights on and off. Little to no slop in the rotation bearing, pretty much where you stop it, about where it stops. Has a tiny bit of give, but pretty tight overall. Now once again, the compressor as well is controlled off the remote. You just pull down on this toggle here and it'll turn the compressor on. It's a Boss BA440 hydraulic compressor. Builds up air very quickly. It'll probably build up to about 120, 140. PSI is what it builds up to. Again, the drain for the tank is right over here. Drain off some air and it starts back up again. You can also turn it on and off from this button here in the panel. Turn the truck off as well from the remote. Then again, all your lights are still on, so you want to turn off the power to the crane receiver and turn off all your bed lighting as well. Master disconnect switch right here, that'll kill power to all of this. Well, thanks again for taking the time to watch this video. Again, it's a 2023 Mack MD6 with an 11-foot Knapheide service body, a Stellar 12630 crane. Pretty low miles, around 93,000, 5,500 total engine hours. If you have any questions or need any additional photos, videos, or information, feel free to call or text 804-716-8487. This is Taylor at Truck World RVA. This is all that I buy and sell. If you're looking for something similar, feel free to reach out. We have many different configurations, cab sizes, crane sizes. Always have more trucks coming in pretty much on a weekly basis. So let me know what you're looking for and probably have it on the way in. But thanks again for taking the time to watch.